Hello and welcome to my kitchen. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a delicious tea time treat called Farsi Puri. Now this treat can be made during Diwali, or actually it's an anytime treat, and it's great to dunk in tea. Just like the Americans like to dunk their cookies, the English like to dunk their biscuits, we Gujaratis like to dunk our puris inside a hot cup of chai. So let's get cooking. You'll need 1 cup or 150 grams of plain flour, 2 tablespoons of ghee, a half a teaspoon of roasted and ground cumin seeds, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of coarsely ground pepper, a 1/4 cup or 60 ml of warm water. You'll also need oil for deep frying. Here I'm using sunflower oil. And a little bit of extra ghee for spreading on the puri when you're rolling it. Mix the dry ingredients together in a bowl. Then mix the ghee in thoroughly. Now once you've mixed the ghee in, it should look like this, kind of small breadcrumbs. And the way to tell if you have enough ghee in here is when you take a handful and you press it like this, it should stay together. So this is a good amount of ghee in the puri flour. Then gradually add the warm water. And knead it to mix the dough. The dough should be fairly stiff, and then we're going to cover it and let it rest for about 10 minutes. Alright, so my dough has been resting for 10 minutes now, and let's check it. That feels good. So now I'm going to cut this into quarters. Okay, I'm going to make this into a nice smooth ball, and then I'm going to roll it. Just make one large puri out of this, and then we're going to roll it again. So now once it's this big, which is just bigger than my hand, I'm going to spread a little bit of ghee on here, all over it. Make sure there's a good amount of ghee. Then we're going to roll it. So roll it tightly like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut it into 4 pieces like this. And then from this, we're going to make our puri. So make this as round as you can. You can see the swells in here, and there's ghee between these layers, so it helps make it flaky. So just press it down like that. Then get one of those balls and then just push it down and roll it into a puri. You may have some edges like this because of the way we cut it and rolled it, but it's fine, it will taste really good. So make them fairly thin. Then using a fork, go ahead and prick some holes in there, because we don't want these puri to rise and have bubbles in them. And then keep them to the side. Then just keep rolling the rest of the puris the same way. Now one of the tricks and tips to making these puris is to let the ones that you've already rolled out, you just leave them on the counter and let them sit there and dry out for about 30 to 40 minutes before you stick them in the fryer. Now that was a tip that my mum told me, because she makes a lot of puris and they always come out so delicious. Once the puris have dried for a few minutes, you'll notice that they start to shrink a little bit and thicken up. And it's fine, you can leave them like that if you like a slightly thicker puri, but if you want it thinner, then just go ahead and re-roll it and then do the fork pricks in there again. So these puris have been rolled once, rested for 10 minutes, and then rolled again, and I pricked them all with a fork. And I just finished rolling them. So in total, this recipe makes 16 medium-sized puris. And now I'm going to heat up the oil, and while the oil heats up, which will take about 10 minutes, the puri will get to dry out a little bit more, which is perfect. And if you're enjoying these tips and these videos, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. So when you're heating up the oil, make sure your temperature is not too high. You want it medium to medium low. I have mine on the number 4. These puri need to be fried on a lower temperature because you want the dough to cook completely inside. If it's too high, the dough will like brown on the outside and it'll be soft on the inside, and you don't want that. Now, because my pan is slightly small, I'm going to fry about 2 puris at the same time. And if they curl over like this, make sure you straighten them out. Once they've fried on one side for about 30 to 40 seconds, go ahead and flip them onto the other side. Now these look ready to come out. They have a slight reddish tint to them. If you like it lighter than this, then I turn the temperature down. Or if you like them darker than this, then go ahead and cook them a little bit longer. Once the puris have completely cooled, store them in a zip-tight bag or in a container. Now, I would have tasted one of them, but I've already eaten 2, so I'm not going to have another one, but they're absolutely delicious. So I really hope you enjoy these puris and join me again for some more cooking inspiration.